In this video, we will learn about transform files using the serverless SQL pool. In this exercise, we will first query the data in the files, then transform data using create external table as a select statements, and encapsulate data transformation in a store procedures. So very first thing, we will go to the Azure portal. We'll open the PowerShell and copy our repo. This process is to create the Azure resources using the PowerShell. You can also create the resources using the graphical interface. So my PowerShell is loading. I'm copying the repo. And setup to create the Azure resources. While setup is processing, I will pause the video. Now as you can see, setup has been completed. Let's verify the resource group created. The resource group name is TP2037G4HZCE. So I will close my PowerShell and go to the resource group. I will find out my resource group 7G. Yep, this is the one. You can see that Synapse Workplace and storage account has been created inside this resource group. Now our very first task is to view the file in the data lake. So we'll open the Synapse Studio. I will go through the URL this time. It may ask to log in. I will use my saved credentials. As you can see, now Azure Synapse Analytics Studio is open. Now to view the files in the data lake, I will go to the data tab, and inside the link under my Azure Data Lake Storage Chain 2, I can see the primary data lake. Inside the files, I have sales folder available. Inside the sales folder, CSV folder and 3 CSV files. I can preview these CSV files by running the scripts as a text and apply and run. So I will be able to see top 100 outputs here. Our second task will be use SQL to query CSV files. As we already did this one. So top 100 rows with the header name as a C1, C2, C3, but we will be replacing as a header name which is in the second row. For that we need to modify the scripts and change this, include the header row as a true inside the script. So I will copy. Before that I will copy my data lake storage account name. I may need it for many times, and after that I will copy my script and paste it, change my account name, and run the code. As you can see, my top header name has been changed. I will change the name as a SQL to query CSV file and change the name and publish it. In the second exercise, I will transform data using create external table as a select statements. A simple way to use the SQL to transform data in the file and persist the result in another file is to use the create external table as a select statement. Okay, so create an external data source and file format. So in Synapse Studio, we'll go to develop page and create a script. Inside the develop page, we'll create the plus icon and SQL script. We'll copy the script here and change the account name and run the script. Modify the script property and script name as a create sales database. As you can see, script is successfully completed, and publish. Our database is, you need to make sure database is master. By default it is master only. By mistake we did it as sales. Let it select the master database and run the script one more time. Query completed, database sales already exist. Okay, we need to do it in the sales database only. Now we need to verify that after running the script, our external data has been created with this sales data. For that, we need to go to sales database. Inside the data, we will refresh button to refresh our Synapse Studio. And inside the workspace, our SQL database and SQL sales database, external resources and external data resources. Yes, sales data is already there. Okay. Now we'll create an external table in Synapse Studio. In the develop, we'll create SQL script. Inside the develop, create new SQL script. Copy the script and make sure noting the bulk path is relative. Run the script. So output will be like this. Now we'll modify the SQL code to save the result as a query in an external table. So we'll copy this script and modify the script and run it. And change the script name as a create product sales total table. And publish the changes. Now we need to verify that product sales total has been created. So inside the data page, workspace and external tables. Inside the data, workspace, first we need to refresh it. External tables, and yes, product sales total is created. We can query the top 100 results. Yes. On the file tab, containing the file system of your data lake, view the content of the sales folder, refreshing the view, and verify the new product sales folder has been created. We can also verify this one inside the file, and product sales has been created with these details. Inside the product sales folder, we right click and top 100 and we'll select as a product sales folder also, and let's select the text format, apply and run the script. It's showing some error. In the product sales folder, observe one of the file with the name similar to Parquet have been created. This file contains aggregate product data. To prove this, you need to select one of the file. Okay, we did the folder, but we need to select the file, any one of the file, let's say this one, SQL script top 100, and run it. So now data is visible. Okay. Now our last task is to encapsulate data transformation in a stored procedure. So in Synapse Studio, under the develop page, we will create a new SQL script. Under the develop page, plus a new SQL script, and we'll copy this code there, run the script. This will create a stored procedures. Under the code you just run, add the following code to call the stored procedures. So once this query executed, we will enter. Now under the code we just run, we will add the following code to call the stored procedures. Okay, for that we will create a new query and copy and execute it. Select only this one statement you just added and run it. Okay, on the file tab containing the file system from your data lake with the content of the sales folder. So inside the data and files, sales, yearly sales is created, yes. Observe the Parquet file containing the aggregated yearly sales has been created. Switch back to SQL script and rerun the execution and observe the error. Now we'll try to rerun our executing script. It will show some error. Yes, it will showing some error. Why? Because this folder already been created. If you want to rerun this same script, what you need to do, you need to go to file and delete this one. Okay, now go to the script and run it, then only the query will, just a moment. Okay, I need to select the sales database and run it. Okay, now query has been executed successfully. Inside the files, we can refresh the data to yep, as you can see, after rerunning the script, yearly sales folder is appearing it again. Okay, so this lab is completed here. We need to delete the resource group. For that, we go to the resource group, select the resource group name, select delete resource group, paste the name and delete.